Hello, give me 1 second because I am posting a spotlight for a zine and I just was not fast enough in coming up with a caption. I was like, this will be quick, and then I I just kind of goofed around with the words, unable to figure out what I wanted to say. So yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just wrapping this up. It's ready to post. I just need to copy paste it over to Instagram. Oh no, it's already open for the alt text. Copy paste it in. Is lizard. Is that the right username? Sorry, I'm just double checking. My brain is melting out of my ears. Okay. Cool. Post that. Consider it done. Move both of those to. Hello? Okay, that's why it wasn't working. Figured it out. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, let me close all of my, I have every single browser page open ever. So manage that and then close this so my computer doesn't die while we do this. And open Steam. Oh, wait, I should close Spotify. That's probably eating something. You'd think I would be better prepared at this point whenever I stream, but I'm never prepared. Remind me later. I don't want to update that. All right, great. Hello, I'm getting text messages. Perfect. All right, are we ready to go? We're ready to go. Everything is great. Except this. Don't play that. Normal. Great. Oh, I'm gonna need a walkthrough. I'll get a walkthrough once we actually finish our first attempt at a run. We know. We get it. Continue. Let me just make sure everything looks right. Everything looks... Oh, wait. That should be okay. I already forget all the voices I did for these guys. But at this point, I think you guys should expect me not to remember voices, so maybe it'll be fine.
You can come out now, brother. How did it go? Better than we ever hoped for. The rooster is dead, and the madam has tasted her first blood. Heh, amazing. Completely worth getting shot at for. A meddlesome falcon tried to disrupt the execution. Falcon? Really? That tenuous wretch.
Wench? I almost said wench, and that wasn't correct. That wasn't correct.
Don't worry. He floundered and bumbled around hopelessly. The madam thinks he's of some use, but really he's as good as dead. This is marvelous. Every piece is falling into place. Our dream will be a reality in no time at all. To reason, brother. To reason.
Okay. Act 4C. Fraternité. I think that's what that was. My brain stopped working. Is there music? No. Well, this is uncomfortable. Yeah, this is uncomfortable. Cool.
I hope you don't harbor too much hate for the madam. I know the rooster was your friend, but the madam does what she does for the good of friends.
Boy, oh boy. This is awkward.
It is a bit. Perhaps a round of drinks are in order. After all, this is a tavern. What do you two say? I mean no disrespect, Fontaine, but I'm not thirsty.
Me neither.
I get it. You're both a little shaken by what you saw. Can we at least get you some wine? Just a small glass to calm your nerves. Fine. Whatever. Very good.
Yeah, hello, Sarah. This is post-tragedy. This is post-Miles Edgeworth chicken fucking beefed it.
Piero, fetch our guest.
My round? No way, it's your turn. I clicked too fast. I'm a fool.
Terms don't matter. You still owe me for that omelet I generously paid for last Friday.
Yeah, well, you owe me for that coffee on Tuesday. This is sometimes how me and my friends are. We're like, Wait, who paid for what? Then you paid for, but I paid for, that's what we did in high school. And honestly, we're at a point in our lives where unless someone like is really tight on money, we're just like, you know what, fucking whatever. Yes. Kukuriku is cock-a-doodle-doo. I don't have up the translator this time, but I will if I need it, which I probably will because I'm so bad at French.
Okay, so that's 30 cents of coffee deducted from a 60-cent omelet, plus the 25-cent peanuts you swiped from my pantry.
Hold up. I ain't so good at mental arithmetic.
Listen, sparrowson, you need to go.
Go?
Yes, I'll create a distraction. You head straight for the back door.
Is that such a good idea?
If we both stick around, we could both end up dead as soon as we rub that lioness the wrong way. If we both run, these two will probably shoot us in the backs. So the way I see it, one of us running is the most viable option.
Falcon?
Don't argue. Once you're out, find Volerty and tell him what you've seen.
Okay.
So it's agreed. You'll get this round and I'll owe you 2 cents.
To clarify, when I mean I did this in high school, I meant it in a much more casual way, in the sense like, oh, well, you bought like a ton of McDonald's for us, so I'll buy you Dunkin's twice. You know, we weren't going down to the cent.
Yep, and I'll hold you to him 2 cents. Be right back. Don't you two move or nothing.
It'll owe me to the 2 cents. That Piero's such a miser.
Says you.
Anyway, I don't feel like sitting in silence. Let's talk to pass the time.
I have a gun question.
Fontaine, I have a gun question. A gun question? Do go on.
These are not the people I want to trust running a revolution. Ooh, yeah.
What's better, flintlock or percussion cap ignition systems? What a delightful technical question, but I'm afraid there's no dispute here. Percussion caps are the future, hands down. You see, flintlocks are unreliable. A little light drizzle and the ignition system no longer functions. The gun becomes worthless.
And he vanishes like a ghost.
But a percussion cap will always work as long as it's built correctly, and as long as the gun has enough gunpowder. I suppose as the matter of material cost, how much does a brass cap cost compared to flint and steel? It's a little pricier, I think.
Alright, I brought drinks. One for me, one for you, and one for... Hey, where's the little one?
The little one is right.
Fuck.
Oh, where are they? I lost him.
You lost him? How'd you lose him? I was gone for 2 minutes.
I think I dropped the ball on this one.
I'll say, the madam's gonna string us up for this for sure.
I added so many words. It's fine. It's fine.
Actually, we should make up a cover story. We can't let her find out about this.
Yeah, you forgot to cherish him. Oh, hey, girl. I do not have enough drink to get through a stream of voice acting. It's fine. You can't let me find out about what?
I felt it wasn't right to keep Sparrowson here against his will, so I created a distraction to help him escape.
It's somewhat gutsy of you to outright admit that. By rights, I should shoot you here and now. But I won't. I need a lawyer to bring our plans into fruition. That little bird was dispensable. You are not.
Madam, if Sparrowson runs to the police, then both this location and the sleeping city are compromised. We should keep this meeting brief.
Agreed. Falcon, let me quickly fill you in. As you probably know, we are planning to form a protest. An enormous protest on the 14th of this month. We intend to draw a massive crowd at the Place de Concorde, and then we shall march across Tuileries Garden. You know, I feel like after this many streams I should know these words, and yet every single time I hit them, I'm like...
A march across Tuileries? You intend to storm the Louvre?
No, the Palais Royal. That's where the King and Prime Minister will be residing. I would like it to go peacefully, but...
Peaceful uprisings have a habit of turning violent, don't they?
Ooh, a deer in your yard. Hello, Hannah. Welcome to post Miles Edgeworth chicken death. Woo! Exactly. And we can't let the leaders of this country escape amidst the chaos. They must be tried for their crimes against the French people. On that note, I want you to lead the prosecution.
You want me to prosecute?
the King of France. I'm a lawyer. I can't do that. The King and the Prime Minister. They are both responsible for the rampant inequality that plagues this country. On the day of the revolution, we will drag both of these overpaid bourgeois into... Bourgeois? Is that bourgeois? I think it's just bourgeois. Onto the streets, and you shall prosecute them then and there. I always am never sure when it's bourgeois and when it's bourgeoisie, but I think this one's just bourgeois. I think I understand. Prosecuting the pair for crimes against humanity, I suppose. It could certainly be done. If I were to interview a lot of citizens, gather a lot of evidence, file some paperwork, I could probably prepare a case in around 2 months. We don't have the luxury of time. Use your ingenuity on the day, just like you did in the catacombs. You can't be serious. The man is dead. There's no alternative. The wheels of the revolution are already turning. The revolution will ignite in under a week. The question on my mind is, what do we do with you until then?
You can leave him with us, ma'am. We'll keep a good eye on him.
After seeing the atrocious job you two did guarding the little bird, I think not. I'll just have to guard you myself, Falcon. You shall spend this week at my side while I complete our preparations. At your side, all day and night. Absolutely. I'm not going to let you out of my sight for 1 minute. That seems excessive. You can trust me, madam. No, I can't. You've promised to help me, but I know you didn't actually believe in the cause of the Second Republic. If I give you 1 grain of freedom, you will undoubtedly flee. Is this... So I'm on the Wikipedia page for the French Second Republic now. I actually, aside from the very specific moment of Les Mis, I don't know a ton about French history because it just frankly, wasn't, it frankly wasn't relevant to me. But also, like, when I did world history, they crammed so much in at once that we kind of skimmed over a lot of the French stuff. I don't have a specific French. Yeah, the June Rebellion was about a decade before this. A little bit more of the decade before this. So, maybe like a 15-ish years. So I'm like a little bit off on the things I do know. Because I'm like, I know some things, but I don't think I know this specific time. And correct. Because the June Rebellion was in 1832. So, anyway, if I give you 1 grain of freedom, you will undoubtedly flee. This meeting is over. Come along, Falcon. A new die. Wow. Oh! Exclamation.
And then while we were sitting in the tavern, Falcon gave me the opportunity to escape. He created a distraction, and I sneaked away and went straight to the police. Then you called a meeting, and well, here I am.
I know French-Canadian history, but I don't know shit about France. You are so... Yes. That's so valid of you. That's so valid of you.
So yeah, that's the whole story.
I see. So Severin Kukuriku died at the hands of the rebels. This is a wildly different voice than he had last time, but I cannot remember. I cannot remember what it is.
That's right.
But Falcon revealed his true colors as a traitor.
Traitor? No, that's not right, Inspector. Falcon's not a rebel. He's just playing along so he can save his own life.
Don't be so naive, Sparrowson. Put the puzzle pieces together. Oh my god, someone just placed an order from my store. This is great. Thank you to this person. I'm trying to sell some of my stuff before cons this year, and also because I have to get rid of my big cartel, because it is, they're increasing from about $10 a month to $15, so I either have to budget in $5 extra every month, or I have to pay for an entire year, and so I am just closing my store. I still have my Etsy, but I'd like to get rid of some things because I have a lot of stuff, and I'd like to get rid of some of it. Anyway, back to Trader Birds.
Falcon willingly left into the lion's den for the specific purpose of siding with the rebels. He let you escape because it could see that you weren't truly sympathetic to the rebel cause.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Falcon's never shown a rebellious streak.
Tell me, Sparrowson, what do you know of Falcon's past?
Oh my god.
Not a lot. He's a private person.
Has he ever told you what he did during the July Revolution, before he changed his name? He didn't get martyred, therefore he is evil.
Before he... No, he hasn't told me anything, really.
Sparrowson, let me tell you about the man they call the Viridian Killer.
Did we just kill a ton of people in the July whatever? Is that what What? And we're done? And we're done. They said, and we're done. What do you mean we're done? Video game?
Let me think. So it takes 10 minutes to walk from the Place de Concorde to this very spot.
Place? And the Place Royale... Fuck! Sorry. I need help. I need help. Palais Royal. You don't say the S.
5 minutes north of here. But the crowd will be fairly large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times as long to make the move.
They're having a logistics problem, madam.
Perhaps. The plan is to walk the crowd from here through the... Tuileries to the Palais Royal.
Never say the ending consonant. Okay, well.
I'm bad at French. But if we take too long to pass through the Tuileries, the police will trap us in. We could be flanked and slaughtered.
That is quite an issue.
Yeah, you would want to come in various...
Why not just get the protesters to meet at the Palais Royal itself?
Because the
Place de la Concorde.
Because the Place
de la Concorde.
Because the Place de la Concorde is an ideal meeting location. It's enormous and easy to get to.
Place de la Concorde.
I did it again.
I see. But even if you got, say, half the protesters to meet at the Palais Royal, you would cut down on traveling time.
I get it. A smaller crowd would be easier to direct across the garden. I'll pass the idea along to Piero and see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds, after all.
That bird-brained parrot would probably just shoot the idea down, right?
Probably, but I appreciate your input. I don't know if you genuinely want to help, or if you're just telling me what I want to hear out of fear, but thank you, Falcon.
It's no problem, madam. For the Second Republic, right?
Right, for the Second Republic.
Okay. New day. New die.
The Palais Royal. Just look at that disgusting den of fat cat bourgeois and hypocritical politicians. The king is probably in there as we speak, probably sitting in his high chair, stuffing his bloated face with cake and wine while he boasts about being the perfect citizen king.
Did you come here just to moan about the king? Very loudly, might I add.
No, I've come to assess the potential battleground. On the day of the rebellion, I might order Piero to set up a barricade over there. What do you think?
There, right outside the Palais Royal. Barricades didn't help last time.
Of course, it's the perfect place for a defensive garrison. We can gather furniture from nearby buildings, build a wall, and position rifles to fend off the police. When the time is right, it will serve as the ideal location to launch our assault on the palace.
So you weren't just throwing empty words on the tavern. You actually do intend on dragging the king out of the palace through violence.
Of course. He will never abdicate on his own volition. It's not as if I want to see bloodshed, Falcon. It's necessary. It's inevitable. I mean, we have to be realistic. There is no way to bring change to a country without using violence, is there?
I want to know what he has to say, Mr. Viridian Killer.
I think there are ways. Viridian Killer, do you? People look back on violent moments of history, the executions, the wars, the bloody revolutions. But who's to say that a country could not just be overturned just through the chance of the people?
A pacifist resolution. Interesting. I would love for such a thing to be possible. Maybe.
It would be better to avoid building the barricades, at least until it's clear that violence is inevitable.
That's good. That's a good compromise, madam.
Fair enough, okay, I guess. A new die. We've got to be almost done.
Leha. Let me guess, you have a weapons supplier somewhere around here. Or maybe this is where you plan on meeting an informant, a government defector. It is as good a meeting spot as any.
Actually, I'm here for groceries. And we're spending the entire day here. There's no need for that look. You think just because I'm a gun-toting rebel I don't need to buy food? Mambumo? Mambumo? Well, if it isn't Sultan, a little gambade. Gambade? You're growing bigger every time I see you. Ma'am, you have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday.
A policeman. A nasty, ugly policeman.
Let me guess. He was bullying people into revealing secrets on the whereabouts of the revolutionaries.
Well, that's how it started, ma'am. Same old bullying tactics. He was pushing around this old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes. But then, when the rat wasn't speaking up, the policeman drew his gun and shot him.
The policeman shot a beggar, just like that.
Yep, but then the coward cop went and ran before we could turn on him.
I find this difficult to believe. A policeman wouldn't openly shoot a beggar without just cause.
Open your eyes, Falcon. This is the regime us Parisians live under. We are ignored by the government, oppressed by the police, and hanged by the courts. Why do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? We can't put up with this sort of bullying. Imagine if we just, went into, an actual, shooting game. That'd be wild.
No, this can't be right. Something has to be missing from Sultan's story. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions, madam?
Sure, ask away.
Make it quick, Falcon. Girl, go shopping.
What did the policeman look like?
Well, I didn't get a good look, but he was tall and ugly and mean-looking, and he had one eye.
One eye?
Yeah, had one of them pirate patches.
There's no way.
Ring any bells, Falcon?
I know a man who fits the description, but it simply couldn't be him. He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. I can't imagine him shooting an innocent person so recklessly.
Don't let your bias towards the justice system affect your judgment, Falcon. If you think you know who did this, then please name and shame him.
I think I should bite my tongue until I'm a little more certain.
Did you want to know anything else, monsieur?
If a policeman did shoot an innocent person, then there would surely be an investigation.
Ha! Your naivete knows no bounds, Falcon. You think the police care if one of their own is out of control. Actually, there was one bloke asking around, but I don't think he was a policeman.
Oh, go on, madam.
Well, he was this charming fox.
Renard.
A friend of yours, Falcon.
Something like that. We should probably pay him a visit to see what he would do.
Pay him a visit. I suppose we can set aside a little time. I love hitting things too fast because my mind is just not working fast enough. My eyes have already gone to the end, but I haven't truly read it, especially when I'm reading out loud, and I'm just like, next! But then I have no idea what the line said.
Did you want something else?
Just who was this beggar rat?
I didn't really know him well, monsieur. None of us did. He was kinda a loner who hanged around asking for scraps of food and cents. I don't even know his name.
That's so sad. Did he have no family? No means of support?
Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are on the streets of Paris? How many people go hungry? How many people are forced to turn to crime?
I'm well aware, madam. I'm asking these questions to see if there was, perhaps, some reason why this particular rat was killed. But no, it appears this was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic.
That it is, monsieur. Is there any other way I can help?
That's all, madam. Thanks for all your help.
No problem. Anything to help Mom...
Beaumore. We'll try to get to the bottom of this. Sultan. Hello, Nate. Sultan. Just make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Gambade safe.
Of course, ma'am. You say so yourself, you hear?
A new die as I'm hitting my mic.
Visitors, monsieur, Vulpes, visitors.
The mouse's voice changes every time. I'm sorry. Really, Falcon, what do you hope to accomplish in this sleazy back alley establishment?
Sleazy?
Madam, my back alley office is perhaps a little cluttered and eclectic. Eclectic, but I resent the accusation of sleaze.
Maybe I should do the introductions. Monsieur Voupé, this is Madame Beaumont.
We're really struggling tonight.
A, friend of mine. Madam, this is
Renard Voupes, private investigator at your service. It is a pleasure to meet you, madam. Ah, how stoic. I'm sure you have some pressing question to ask, Falcon, but before we get started, there's something I must tell you. Monsieur Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation.
Sparrowson. Is he alright?
Oh yes, he's now working with Inspector Volerty, attempting to unravel the rebel plot.
Just as I thought. It appears that your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic, Falcon.
Perhaps, perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
But you know, he asked me the most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was?
Of course.
Such information is quite valuable. It would cost, say, 30 francs.
Yeah, I know how this works. Here's your money, monsieur.
Very good. So on to the question. Sparrowson asked if you were the Viridian killer. One responsible for the random bombings during the July Revolution 18 years ago.
Why on earth would he ask that?
Perhaps the inspector has been telling him stories.
So what did you tell him?
The truth, of course. That is, that I have no idea who the Viridian killer is, but I knew that it couldn't possibly be Falcon.
Oh, and how do you know I'm not the Viridian killer?
Falcon, please. You're a semi-drunk, bumbling oaf. Oaf, not a ruthless killer. Anyway, I've started my own investigation into the Viridian killer. It's fascinating stuff. Apparently he was seen in multiple places at once, which leads some to believe that he was actually more than one person.
Huh.
And do you know why they call him, or should I say, them, the Viridian killer?
Viridian is a greenish color, isn't it? I don't have a clue. Crimson Cool Killer would be a much cooler name.
I also forgot that Viridian was green. What does Viridian look like? I was thinking it was a red. And it's not. It's like teal adjacent. Well, I guess it depends on which one we're looking at.
It appears no one knows the origin of their name, which leads me to suspect that he, or indeed they, chose their own name.
This is all fascinating, truly fascinating, but perhaps we can return the conversation to why we're here.
Of course. Monsieur Voupes, we heard you were investigating the murder at Le Halles.
I was. The victim was a friend of Mousie's.
More of an acquaintance, really.
Well, we want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads, any juicy clues?
Not as such. It's quite a peculiar case.
Hey girl, I mean they.
Did you hear that the murderer wore an eye patch?
I did.
You know what that implies, don't you, Falcon? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person who wears an eye patch.
Who could it be? Who wears an eye patch?
The inspector. But that can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you, Monsieur Voupes?
Murderous? I don't know. He's certainly passionate about finding the Viridian killer 18 years later. Who's to say that he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of his archenemy?
Falcon, I want to solve this mystery as much as you do, but the time is pressing, and we have other matters to attend to. We must take our leave.
Understood. Until next time, Monsieur Voupes.
Voupes? Goodbye and good luck, Monsieur Falcon. It was a pleasure meeting you, madam. Monsieur Voupes? That lioness looked pretty angry. Is this revolution going to end in blood, Monsieur Voupes? Just like in 1830?
Wah-uh. Wah-wah. This is it, Falcon. This is the day we make our stand, and you end this version of the game. Everything is coming together. As we speak, Fontaine is gathering the protesters at the Place de Concorde. Pierrot is making preparations to build and arm a barricade near the Palais Royal, just as a precaution, you understand. The only question that remains is, are you ready? Are you actually going to let me do court in this section?
To be perfectly honest, no. I'm not ready at all. You want me to prosecute the king and prime minister if and when you drag them from their palace, right? Well, I've had no time to prepare. I have no evidence on hand. This whole trial is going to be one big fiasco.
You're too fixated on formalities, Falcon. The revolution will succeed, and those in power will see justice. That's all that matters.
But, madam...
Come on, let's see how the protest is going. Falcon and Beaumont arrive at the Place de la Concorde. The air is thick with the chants, shouts, and cheers of hundreds of protesters. A line of mounted soldiers stand shoulder to shoulder outside the entrance to Tuileries.
This is amazing. I had no idea the Second Republic had this many reporters.
But of course, you didn't think we were just a few animals huddling in a cave, did you? The desire for revolution runs deep in the city.
Everything's up in place at the Palais Royal, ma'am. Just say the word and we'll set up the biggest barricade you've ever seen. Then we can all storm the building and drag the cocky king out on his chair.
I think I read that wrong. There's been a change of plan. We're still going to protest, but we're going to do it peacefully. No firing from behind barricades, no violence, no capturing the king or prime minister.
Madam, are you feeling all right?
Wait, what? Quite all right, thank you.
But what of your desire for a better France? You cannot achieve that without bloodshed.
We can certainly try. Falcon convinced me.
Falcon?
Pacifism seems like the Christian approach, wouldn't you say, Friar?
I see. So that's how it is. Excuse me, madam. I'm gonna go blow something up.
I think the Friar disapproves of the new strategy.
He probably thinks I've gone soft. And maybe I have. But I'm not deviating from this path, even if each and every rebel leaves my side.
Don't worry, ma'am. You aren't alone.
We're not here for violence, ma'am. As long as you strive for a better France, we'll always stand with you.
Okay.
This stupid bullet wound. The damn thing's opened up again. I can't show my front. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The mademoiselle refuses violence. She's turned timid. Turned timid? How? It appears that the lawyer, Falcon, is something of a lion tamer. J.J. Falcon. That bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster, I swear. Brother, listen. If there's no violence, then there will be no power gap. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess we'll have to follow through with our contingency strategy. I'll find the victim, you'll find the suspect. Don't push yourself, brother. You're still injured.
Okay.
Look at those scum. Foul vermin, the lot of them. Mark my words, sparrowson. Every one of those petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence.
They don't look violent to me.
Trust me, this is just how the crowd looked before the July Revolution. Only takes one crazed individual, and the entire crowd will explode into a frenzy.
Hey, it's you.
Friar, it's good to see you again.
No time for pleasantries, Inspector. You're urgently needed on the place de la Concorde.
Me? Why not ask one of the officers on active guard duty?
There's no time to explain. Any minute now. Ah, do you hear that gunshot? It's already begun. Come on, Inspector, we must make haste.
Inspector, I don't really think you should be trusting this friar. He's a two-faced wolf.
Frere Remus has provided me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment.
You could just say, hey, this guy was there when Kukuriku died.
But Inspector...
This isn't up for discussion, Sparrowson. I have a duty to uphold. Stay put. I'll be back in no time at all.
But... What should I do now?
Not a great job you did.
A gunshot. It was nearby, too.
So the friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability.
We haven't reached that stage yet, madam.
I can't afford to take places.
What?
I can't afford to take chances. Not now. Pierrot, march the crowd to the Palais Royal and construct the barricade.
Yes, ma'am.
Fontaine, Falcon, we're going to find the source of this disturbance. Help. Okay, it did not want to click.
It It came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry.
I'm moving as fast as these old legs will. I'm dropping my phone. Mon Dieu, a body. This woman must have been the target of the gunshot we just heard, but I don't see a shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector. Falcon. Well, well, I should have known that the Viridian killer would have had a part in this. Inspector, I'm not...
What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl.
Madam, thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor, innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air, when all of a sudden this brute of a police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel!" He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through the heart.
What is this nonsense? What are you prattling on about, Friar?
Thank you for your input, Remus. It hardly surprises me that a member of the police would be the one to cast the first stone.
I think we're all being a little rash. Let's just take a breath, examine the situation, and...
Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector.
How observant.
Tell me, were you the policeman who killed the rat at La Halle, too?
La Halle? What are you talking about?
2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gutting down an innocent victim. There's no way that is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? I got cold and I need a sweater. Oh no, where'd it go?
I really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. But open your damned eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here.
Don't call me mademoiselle, or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you right here and now.
Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. Madam, I know this man. His name's Inspector Volerti.
I'm not gonna make the reference.
He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause.
Oh, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort this invalid to Piero's barricade. I'll decide his fate there.
With pleasure, madam. Come along, Inspector.
Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done.
There's no way this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot, this far away from the police line. It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in their crossfire. There's no reason for it. Well, there's no use dawdling. Help me get the corpse off the streets. Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agreed that this wasn't the work of Inspector Volerti, right? Then there might be some clues on the corpse that point towards what happened. An impromptu coroner's examination, eh?
Are we, qualified? Probably not.
You have 2 minutes. After that, we're headed to the barricade whether you're done here or not.
Oh, good.
What's this mark? It almost looks like a handprint made in blood. Probably the mademoiselle's? I don't think so. It's the handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back.
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. Skill issue. I'm also double jointed though, and I probably shouldn't be doing that. So
I suppose so, but if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer. It has to be. And the question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did the murderer sully their hand on the girl's gunshot wound, or were they injured prior to the shooting? There's so much to uncover here, and no time for a thorough investigation. This is the bullet wound, right? What can you tell me about it, Fontaine? Well, it looked like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the mademoiselle's back. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet's size? You know its caliber. Let me guess, you're hoping the caliber of the bullet is different to the caliber of the inspector's gun. That would conveniently get... Oh my god. That would conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it?
Me hitting... I need to have my mic in a different spot so I'm not constantly hitting it with my hand.
But I'm afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. As you can plainly see, this bullet is 3 centimeters deep in flesh. So, you need to see the bullet itself. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean take it out? I suppose you have a little more experience in this area than I do. Well, you're not wrong there. Fine, this will only take a moment.
Oh, good. Sound effects.
There you go. 1 used bullet. Looks like a standard lead rifle or pistol ball, but afraid I cannot tell you its caliber. Why is that? The bullet fragmented upon impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. Still, I would guess it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry, I can't be more specific. That's an enormous help. Thank you, monsieur. It's a long shot, but this girl... Maybe this girl is faking her injury. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Right.
No, nothing. Great.
Everyone's been so fixated on who did this that nobody stopped to ask who this girl was. Well, no, monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another. I don't mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one mademoiselle among the thousands who live in Paris. Who is she? Where'd she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know. But in the long run, I don't think anyone will care. I care. I can't afford not to. I don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm going to see to it that justice is brought about for her death.
Reading is hard.
I'm done here. Very good, let's move this body off the street, then we must hurry to the Palais Royal. Rest in peace, mademoiselle. I'll see to it that justice is done.
Everything is going as planned. The madam's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal, the Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, monsieur. What do you want? I'm busy. Do you recognize me, monsieur? I know my disguises are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him. You're Prince Juan, indeed, and you're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the croque-monsieur. And just moments ago, I saw you murder a maiden at the Place de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? Yeah. As if you have any proof of any of that stuff. I'm out of here. I also know you're one half of the Viridian Killer.
Oh.
Any other day, I would gut you where you stand, Fox. But as it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh, the Viridian Killer is too busy to kill me. Is that the truth, or is it that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? Oh, hello, Monsieur Vupes. Ah, Monsieur Sparrowson. Perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian Killer.
This guy? He's the Viridian Killer. He looks more like John Romulus to me.
Well, that you would be right about that too.
Wow! So he's 2 scumbags in one. Alright then. Oh, mind the wound. We love a guy who is a killer from like a long time ago, but then he became a judge and he was a corrupt one at that. If you know, you know. Quit your whining, Your Honor.
Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He is something of a notorious killer, after all.
Of course, let's see what we get here. Ah, here we are.
A pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find, Monsieur Sparrowson?
An eye patch? Weird. What would this wolf want with an eye patch?
Oh no, this is very bad indeed.
I don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch?
There's no time to explain. Mousy?
What is it, Monsieur Vulpes? What is it?
Take this eye patch to J.J. Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Palais Royal right now. Tell him that this belongs to Remus's brother. Hurry now.
Right away, Monsieur Vulpes. Right away.
I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian killer pair before something terrible happens.
Wait, Monsieur Vulpes? What am I supposed to do with this guy?
You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for capturing Judge Romulus.
What a strange day. I guess we'll find out if we play through the other version, but I'm like, a lot of this is now relying on Judge Romulus, but if he gets if he gets arrested at the end of the trial, this must be wildly different. Outside the Palais Royal, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and the royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, Pig. Confess your crimes.
I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I will see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law.
Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago, you were seen at La Halle. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today, a friar has testified to seeing you murder a girl. Again, completely unprovoked. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you're a killer. Hi, JJ.
Madame Beaumont, stop. The inspector didn't shoot that mademoiselle.
Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him.
Madame Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend that you hear him out. Please, just give me 5 minutes, and I can convince you of this inspector's innocence.
5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it.
What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, madam. For having my life saved by the Viridian killer.
Quiet, Pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise.
Okay, so first of all, let's recap what Friar Remus had to say. Wait, where's the friar? He's a key witness to this crime.
He's scarpered? He scarpered as soon as he dropped off the inspector. Said he had some business to attend to. Wolf in chicken's clothing. Literally.
Business?
Check out this guy. Oh man, those barricades are looking pretty scary. But I mustn't fear, for I am a brave duck. I am the great Officer Beck. Handsome, intelligent, strong. Truly a fearless hero who will be remembered for...
Hello, officer.
Ah, you scared me, monsieur. Monk?
Friar, actually. Friar Remus. Listen, officer. I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp, and I overheard a conversation.
Oh, this sounds good. Do go on.
They said they were going to launch an assault very soon, and when they do, they're going to rain hellfire on the palace.
Oh no! It's just as I feared. What'll we do?
It's simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you've got, every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery.
Hold on, I have to make a post because it's 2 hours until Azine closes. Great, I did it. Wunderbar. Okay. Thank you for your patience. What'll we do? What'll we do? Why is there a bunch of message? People talking about food. Okay,
Hit them with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That is the only way you can be sure to survive.
Total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian?
Yes, so what?
I don't know. It's just that your idea doesn't seem very Christian-y.
Ah, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God, no overarching morality or higher plan. No heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There is only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight. Understand?
That's an awful lot to take in.
Then let me simplify. It's you or them.
It's me or them. Forget about the Friar, Falcon. We all remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay, I will. But you may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Sorry. What? Hello? Oh, it's you, Mousy.
Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Renard Vulpes.
Thank you, Mousy. What is this?
An eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing.
Remus's brothers. This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus. That's interesting. Where is Romulus?
There's no time, monsieur. Just take it.
Eye patch has been added.
I have to run, monsieur, but you have to do your best. Monsieur Vulpes and Sparrowson believe in you.
Sparrowson? You've seen Sparrowson. How is he? One sec, I'm looking at something that someone sent me and I want to make sure. Sorry, I was just checking something because I have some dates left. Dates due. Merch due soon. So I needed to check the vibe. Okay. He is worried.
There's no time, monsieur. Good luck.
He vanishes. Are you quite done, Falcon? You're wasting my time. There are children. Were those children here before? Were those kids playing on this branch before and I didn't notice? Very much so. Let's begin this trial. My God. Cross-examination. Okay, so let's remember what the friar said. Let's talk about the victim. Never mind. The friar said the girl was approaching the police line at the time of the shooting.
Now, as I recall, the main police line was at the entrance to the two Tuileries in the Place de la Concorde. It's around where we were waiting. But this incident didn't occur there. It was a good 50, maybe 100 meters away.
So what?
So what? It was a severe discrepancy in the friar's account of events.
Maybe there was a police line there, but it moved. Maybe the friar was mistaken and it was just a single officer. Does it really matter?
Yes, it matters hugely. It impacts how we view the narrative of events.
How exactly? Elaborate.
Well, if it were just a single police officer, then it would be more of a private confrontation, but yeah.
Sorry, Falcon, I don't buy it. An innocent being killed by a policeman is an innocent being killed by a policeman. The friar got some details wrong, but the overarching crime remains. We must stay focused on that.
Friar Remus claimed that the girl was shot point blank in the chest. The girl was clearly shot in the back.
I know, I remember seeing the bullet wound for myself.
But it's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony.
I feel like I don't know what I need to be. Like, I'm like, well, I know the things I need to show, but I can't. They're not letting me.
It is an inaccuracy, but it's an irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot in the front or the back? Either way, a girl died at this pig's hands.
It does matter. If the girl were shot from the front, then this might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. But if she were shot in the back, then what? This could indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react.
That doesn't paint the inspector in a particularly flattering light, Falcon.
Madam, you're missing the point. A shot in the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy professional attack. Therefore, this was not an ordinary police confrontation.
You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that, just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police, started running away, and was shot in the back and she fled.
That scenario is impossible. If the girl were running away, then she would have been at least a couple steps from the killer at the time of the shooting, right?
Right.
But I knew the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired.
They were standing that close. How could you possibly know, Falcon?
We saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madam?
Well, I assume any bloody stain would belong to the victim. A mark made with the girl's dying breath, perhaps.
No, it was the print of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder near her upper back. The angle and positioning of the print indicate that it could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm certain that the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack.
I see. That's quite a theory. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand on the girl's clothing after she already died. And if that's the case, then my suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot.
No, I'm still trying to work out the details, but I know that the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured, and his hand was already covered in blood.
You talked a big game about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with this baseless dribble.
I had to sneeze so many times.
Well, where do we go from here? How does this handprint nonsense really affect the situation? Do you find something funny about this situation, Inspector?
I do. This whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. But there was something particularly funny about the last exchange. You were both so focused on when and how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't have possibly left that mark.
Oh, right. Of course. Well, madam, what do you say to that?
Oh, that's not what I wanted. What do you say to that? She opens a book.
Maybe. The handprint came from an accomplice, or maybe it had nothing to do with the incident, or...
It feels good to have someone else speculating wildly for a change.
Okay, fine. I don't have a solid explanation. I must concede that it's possible, maybe unlikely, that the person who left the mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say it, I must concede that the inspector probably did not shoot the girl.
So that's it. The inspector is off the hook.
No, there's still the matter of the incident at Le Havre.
What incident is this? I know nothing about it.
Ha! As if you don't know. A beggar rat was shot and killed in La Halles a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Go on, Falcon. Explain the pig out of this one.
Until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss, but I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. This was a false flag operation.
False flag. Explain yourself, Falcon.
Madam, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus?
Not much. Only that he was forced to flee the Coventry by our oppressive government about a month ago.
That's a half-truth, madam. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police, but I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although I never managed to find definitive proof of this. Anyway, it turns out that my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think.
You think?
I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus's person just moments ago.
An eye patch.
Romulus has a perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. It's part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else.
A disguise? You're saying Romulus shot the beggar rat just to frame this police inspector?
Exactly, madam. It's no coincidence that Frere Remus happened to find the very same inspector just as another murder occurred today.
So, Remus was in on it too. Two wolves working together to make this policeman look like a murderer. But why? Why would they do that?
To rile you up, madam. To make you lust for violence. And if your actions today are anything to go by, I would say that they succeeded.
Damn. I've been so stupid. How did I let myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? This trial is over. Go, Inspector. You're free.
It's about time.
You're letting him walk, ma'am. Of course. It would be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig.
Falcon? Yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid, you're reckless. But you fought Beacon Talon for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect that you aren't really the Viridian Killer at all.
What if we are the Viridian Killer, actually? I think it'd be really funny if we still end up the Viridian Killer.
It certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. Inspector, if you're still hunting that villain, maybe you should speak with Renard Vulpes when this is all over, I mean.
The Severine Lives route must be wildly different. I know!
I hear he's been doing some research into the Viridian Killer. Maybe he knows something. Maybe I will. Madam, it appears your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I'll relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff going until this blows over.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All of you stay out of trouble.
So, what happens now, ma'am? We're going to continue our protest peacefully. We're going to stand here chanting and shouting until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. Girl, I love your energy. I hope for the best for you. It might take days, weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then this is where we're going to hear a gunshot and then the cannon fire. We're going to hear a gunshot, then cannon fire. Well, well, look who returned.
Madam, I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here unarmed. Unharmed. Why did you let him go?
That's simple, Remus. We all had a discussion. Uh-oh. And we came to the conclusion that I had been misled by a couple of wolves. Uh-oh, girl, don't do it.
Oh?
How many lies have you fed me, Friar? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help your brother kill the beggar rat in La Halle? Did you watch the girl die by the Place de la Concorde? Now that I think about it, even Croque Monsieur's death was surrounded by details that make little sense. I don't know what to think anymore. I know. You know this guy's a scumbag at least, ma'am. I say shoot him. Oh, no.
Piero's right. We won't judge you for killing this man, madam. It's the least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead, madam.
Guys.
What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Come on.
Falcon, you have proven yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say? Oh, man. Do I... Ah! I kind of... Make room, we're coming up. Here's the thing, I kind of want to shoot him. I actually don't know if this matters. I actually don't know if it matters. We can just click through quickly later. I'll check a walkthrough actually. After this, and once we finish this one, and we can see if this is one where we click through really quick and just change the ending.
Madam, you know what the right thing to do is. Show us what kind of leader you wish to be.
One who kills people. You're right. I said this will be a bloodless revolution, and I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf.
Wow, this is amazing. Completely unprecedented. You've buckled all of my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, madam. Well done, Falcon. You have demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form.
But unfortunately for both of you, is he gonna kill himself? I'm no pacifist. Or is he just gonna shoot her? Everyone get down. I was like, wait, why would he kill himself? He can just shoot at all. He can shoot up into the air. Suicide. Oh, wait, no, I was right. I was right the first time.
Shooting himself in the head?
Okay, we're not saying that. Okay.
This isn't right.
It's not the solution I wanted either, Falcon. But I can't say I mourn the friar's death.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant that it doesn't make sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. And that comment of his, it was almost like, I think we need to get out of here, all of us, right now.
Falcon, what are you talking about?
That was a gunshot. Really close to? I can't afford to hesitate. It's me or them.
Officer, hold your fire.
No way. I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them.
Well,
it's me or them. Fire every cannon.
Well, we tried. We certainly tried. Help. They just edited animal faces onto this art. I love it. I mean, people are dying. They just drew a cat face on this guy over here. Can anyone hear me? Piero? Fontaine? Hello? Anyone?
I'm here, madam. I'm neither of those.
Falcon? Of all the people, I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper over seeing that dead girl? Or was it earlier, when I shot the prosecutor? Or was it earlier still, when I first listened to that monstrous friar in the first place? I've made a lot of mistakes.
We've all made mistakes, madam. Most people's mistakes don't start
Bark bloody revolutions.
Can you move, madam?
I don't think so.
Give me a minute. I think I can clear some of this rubble.
A new day. Oh.
Dear Monsieur Vulpes, I'm writing to you from the Demois Railway Express. Modern technology truly is amazing. I've decided to take your advice, and have gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing to Britain? The Second Republic taking over? It's all crazy stuff. Anyway, before I left, you asked if I knew what happened to Falcon. Well,
I got my hands on the copy of the official police report, and it says the Falcon died during the attack on the barricade. But it also says the body didn't find the body didn't find the body? But it also says the police didn't find a body. Same as Leonie Beaumore. Weird, huh? Rumor is that he was probably blown away by cannon fire, but that doesn't sound right to me. The Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. So in my opinion, he's still out there. And it's possible, isn't it? Anyway, I should wrap this letter up because I'm about to reach my stop, Vienna. I'll let you know how Mademoiselle Signé's... Oh god, this one was hard, too. Oh, no, Signé. Signé's parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson. P.S. I see a person selling Millerham strudel. What is it? I barely even saw the line, what the name was. P.P.S. Delicious. That's what. Dance Macabre! Dance Macabre moment! Hell yeah! I fucking love this song. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. Thank you, Jeremy Nogani, because we sure wrote... I think we got the bad ending. Thank you, Mandy Lennon. Thanks, Lyndon Holland. Well, thank you, David Chung and Imtiaz Ralph. I think I said that wrong. Thank you, Fox, Mithra, and Annie. And Kickstarter backers. Woo! So I think that one was a bad one. I think that one was a bad one. Finn! The Dance Macabre, just to really emphasize how poorly we did on this one. You have reached the end of Route C, Fraternité. The ending you received was determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial in the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney. Alright, so I'm going to do a slight pause. I am going to get more of a drink because I'm out of a drink, and it's been an hour and a half-ish, less. And then we are going to try to get one of the other endings. We're gonna try, and if it looks like I'll try first without a walkthrough, and then if we are like, we got stuck in the same situation. But I think we're gonna be able to skip a lot because it's different dialogue, or the same dialogue, so I'll be right back.
Hello, I return. I should have turned on music or something. I had to go find a piece of chocolate. All right. So I think... Do I remember the July Revolution? Of course, how could I ever forget? You can watch this again while I eat this chocolate. And I actually realized the first thing we probably want to do is agree to work with the inspector. So... we're probably actually immediately going to get a bunch of new dialogue. Oh, hi, Nate. Sorry. Sorry. We can skip up to that point again now. How is everyone? This level of roasting. I would speak, I'm just eating chocolate. Ooh. I do like gummy snacks. He's alive! I should move this cursor down so I don't accidentally click anything. He's here! He's alive! This chicken we know nothing about! We literally know so little about this dude. It's kind of impressive, actually. Okay, here we go. I would be honored to help my country, Inspector. Consider us on board. Whoa! He's just trying to do his job like Clavier, I assume, but he's Chicken Edgeworth to me.
Excellent, just what I wanted to hear. I had no idea you were such a patriot, JJ. There's nothing wrong with a little national pride.
Yeah, pride is fine and all, but, did we get any compensation for this?
Of course. Here's 50 francs. You will receive another 50 upon completion of your work.
50 francs? Pfft, we're being undersold.
Real. Hush, Sparrowson, this is a great opportunity. I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. You already have all the key facts of the investigation. Find the elusive croque-monsieur. Find where the rebels are congregating. Those are your 2 tasks. I will check up on your progress in 3 weeks' time. See what you can accomplish by then. I'll be doing my own independent investigation into the rebel group, JJ, so I suppose this is a competition of sorts. Try to keep up with me. Don't make me laugh, Seyfried. I'll have all the rebel leaders behind bars before you even have your first suspect.
I have to check his name again. I'm sorry. Google's probably like, stop fucking looking this up.
Séverin.
Savon. Ron. Got it.
Come on, Sparrowson, we have a croque-monsieur to hunt.
Okay, let's go.
I knew a little competition would kick those bird brains into gear. Well, Inspector, this has been a productive meeting. I should probably start my investigation into the croque-monsieur too. Not so fast, Kukuriku. There's something else we need to discuss.
Great. Okay, I'm trying to remember what we were missing last time. I should have paid more attention. I'm trying to think what we were trying to prove. I think we want that pamphlet. Let's actually go to... Yeah, honestly, rookie time travel mistake for real. We were trying to find a... Let's go to the doctor's place first. Because we needed to find, like, tin? Yeah, 500 francs. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if this is important is the thing. Invention. Okay, we need a copper pot. String. Okay. It is harder when you have to, like, go through and you're like, fuck, what the... Did we get this last time? What if you can see the July column so clearly from up here?
Ah, Cucurico, you're already here. You have news about Croque Monsieur, or is this about the other matter? There you go. As requested, a full register of those who entered Paris Law School and a full list of graduates.
I really don't remember if we read this or not.
Very good. Let's take a look.
Now, could you please tell me what this is about, Inspector? What exactly are you looking for?
Look at this list of graduates. Do you see any names you recognize?
Well, I see my own, class of 1873. 37, fuck. And I see that moronic prosecutor, Rupert Ravington, under the class of 1846. Oh, but there's J.J. Falcon's class, name under the class of 82. I really am fucking this one up. I think that this one is, I think this one is new because we agreed to be part of the plot instead of just being like, no. Bye.
Very good. Now take a look at this register page from 1829. See anything amiss?
Well, I don't see JJ's name. But I'm not quite sure what that implies, Inspector.
The explanation is simple. J.J. Falcon changed his name sometime between 1829 and 1832, right around the time of the July Revolution. And why would he do that? Why, indeed.
One sec, I'm reading something.
Monsieur Cucurico, you and I are roosters. We are birds of justice, birds of French national pride, are they? But Falcon, he's a bird of prey. It is in his very nature to draw his talons and lash out on those around him. I have no doubt that when the pressure rises, he will show his true colors.
I'm not sure I agree with your personality assessment, Inspector. I have always suspected that JJ was a buffoon, an imbecile, and a troglodyte, but I would never describe him as a person of malice.
Time will tell.
Do you need me for anything else, Inspector? Or shall I continue my investigation to the Croque Monsieur?
There's one more thing. Take this.
A pistol? No thank you, Inspector.
These are dangerous times. If you face a violent threat, you cannot hope to defend yourself with that riding crop of yours.
I'm well aware. I just find these ghastly things tend to escalate situations rather than mitigate them.
That's what everyone says during peacetime. Take it. Thank me when it saves your hide.
Fine, fine.
I'll keep hold of it. Well, Monsieur Kukuriku, you have been most helpful.
I'm just doing my duty. Good day, Inspector. Let's go through this one real quick. Dude. Oh, fuck. Shit. Never mind. I fucked that one up. I wasted a whole day. I didn't have my thing in the right place. Well, we're fucked. We should have gone back. Okay, next time let's go all the way back to fix. Maybe the judge doesn't get arrested? I could have sworn one of the endings was like, the judge gets arrested.
This urn.
I remember it. It's the one that smelled chocolate.
Yes, but more importantly, it's made of copper.
Why is that important? Oh, I see. You're thinking of Monsieur Trouvet's request. He wanted a copper pot, didn't he? This would do nicely. But this is a museum piece. We can't just take it. Could we?
Couldn't we?
I don't know. Could we?
We could. Do you want to be a museum robber, Sparrowson?
It's been my lifelong dream.
Marvelous. Put this on under your coat.
It's not going to fit under my coat.
You're already weirdly shaped. No one will see anything out of the ordinary.
Hey.
Okay.
This is exciting. What else should we steal?
Nothing. We're going to leave before we draw suspicion.
How about a painting? Just a small one no one will care about. The Mona Lisa. Let's steal the Mona Lisa.
Let's not. Okay. We're done here for now, at least.
So true. We can't spend all day robbing Roman artifacts, I suppose, so where to next?
Okay, is it the gardens where the guy who fishes is?
The cultist is it's the wolf. The wolf outside is giving a pamphlet to people. It says, it's the cult of reason. Man. This game is hard. This time we're getting chamomile, and that we will not drink. We still will not drink it. Maya gets a bad at Phoenix never. It's so true. Oh man. Oh Maya Faye. If I do this and get the same ending, I'll lose my mind. Just letting you know.
Chances are also really good of me doing this all and still getting the same ending. Oh, okay. You didn't fucking bother him at all last time. Oh, okay. Sorry, you can just hear me clicking. I'm just like, do 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 do. Oh, fuck. No, go back. I'm not keeping my clicking low enough. Sorry, I chose this exact same one last time, which maybe wasn't the best choice, but... Do 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 do. Damn, that's a solid shutdown. I don't think we read this part before. Whatever, it's fine. I think he basically just said, hey, you guys are detectives. I'm not gonna tell you fucking anything about the rebels. It's fine.
Okay. Where's Notre Dame?
I was messing up. It's over here. Falcon and Sparrowson step in. There might be slightly different ones because we're working with the police, like words, but I'm not reading them unless it's a new section. So, great conversation about the Bible. Great conversation about Notre Dame. And then I think we have to go... Oh, fuck. Well, I guess we're going here.
Okay, so we need a copper pot and a piece of string. What options do we have?
I see Sancha Spider's silverware store.
Too pricey. Let's take it down a notch.
Okay, how about a place over there? Harry Hippopotamus's Pottery and Haberdashery. The name just rolls out the tongue.
Still too pricey. We're buying for a mad scientist, not the Queen of England.
What about that little stand? Ruse odds and ends. Looks cheap, and I even see a copper pedal in the back.
Now we're talking. Excuse me, madam.
We don't need the... We have the copper. We just need string.
Wait, those two look familiar.
I recognize you. Weren't you two begging outside Chateau Crinier a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, that was us. Thanks for your generosity, monsieur. We put your money to good use, see? We started a business. At Ruse Odds and Ends, we sell everything.
I suppose congratulations is in order. That's no small feat to put yourself out of the streets in today's economy.
So, do we get a discount? A discount?
Well, we did help kickstart your little enterprise. I suppose we are investors of sort.
Sorry, messieurs. No discounts. You gave us a donation out of the generosity of your hearts. Because you're not such nice people. But maybe we can help you out. What is it you wanted?
Do you have any string or fishing line?
Here we go. A nice long reel of strong thread. Looks to be 10 meters or so. Would that work?
I think so. How much?
15 francs.
15 francs for string? Come now, that's ridiculous.
It's no ordinary string, messieurs. It's the string with 1,000 uses. You could make a fishing rod. You could fix something that's broken. You could play cat's cradle. You could stitch some clothes with it. You could tie someone up.
Okay, you've both made your pitch.
It's still too much. Sorry, but there's no way I'm spending 15 francs on a piece of string. We understand. Do you want something else? Ah, fuck! God damn it! We had enough money. I was just trying to see if I could go lower, and I couldn't. We wasted another day! Fuck. Do I just go back? I might just go back and buy it. But I also think I have to go here. Fuck me. Oh, we fucked this up so bad. Sorry, I'm just... I don't think this is it, guys. I do not think this is it. I do not think that we're gonna get anything good for this one. I think we've fucked it up quite well. Oh, hi, Kukuriku.
I don't deny it. A man has a right to change his name. Indeed, a man does have that right, but why would a man do such a thing? I don't appreciate your accusatory tone.
Oh wait, we already did read that one. Yeah, we read that one. Nothing new. Sorry, this is just rapid clicking, but we've done this part, so I'm just like, do-do-do. I do appreciate when games with, like, splitting sections have, a skip to, like, the next question kind of thing. You know? I don't even think this is where I'm supposed to be. Oh, this one's bad, guys. This one's bad. I think I fucked this run up real bad. They're not even gonna let me into the catacombs. They're just gonna be like, you failed. You failed so hard. You did such a bad job with this one. You just did a garbage job. Do. They'll just kill Falcon in the street. Literally, that's what it feels like. Chicken Mouse is gonna die anyway. We're fucked. We're screwed. We're totally fucked. I have the hiccups. Da 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 da. Chicken Miles, I'm so sorry about this. Pen moment, pen moment.
I kind of lost track of the days, so things aren't good. Oh, I should have been clicking. No, we technically... This is literally the exact same thing as before.
It sounds good to me. Here's your money, madam.
And here's your string. Pleasure doing business with you, monsieur. Was there anything else?
That's all, madam. Thanks for your help.
Be sure to come back if you forgot anything, monsieur. Come back soon.
The way that takes a whole day. Ah! Shit. We didn't time it right. We didn't time it right. We completely fucked it up. We can watch it this time and then next time we'll skip this. Well, this is unfortunate. We got the string, but at what fucking cost, Hannah? Here, let me pause, because it's no point in going through the whole trial to see if, like, what's the point if we get through the whole trial and it like, you know. Well, this is an incomplete walkthrough. Where's the full walkthrough? Why do we need a chocolate box? Oh. That's why. Glass invoice. Okay, so we do need the machine. I think we do need the machine. Hold on. Yeah, we need the machine. You can still go from here? Are you sure? Fun fact, this was released when the only route that we've done hasn't... Because it says you have to present the Explorer Extractor, which we don't have, I don't think. Are you, hold on, let me skim.
Because it says to fail to win the trial at any point for... Okay, yeah. I think we can do 4A. I think we can do 4A. Let's give it a shot to it. And then we'll have to go back to fix for 4B. Sorry, I had to like read through a bunch of it to understand what was happening. Ain't my problem. Do 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 do. Music moment. Ugh. Okay. So, this ending, we're not going to speak up. Also, there he is. There's the guy, folks. I think we're gonna watch him die again. I think he dies again. Hey, girl.
Say something. Kukurika's going to die if you don't say something.
It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
What?
Do you have any last words?
Just pull the trigger, then be done with it.
Guy dies again!
There's nothing more to see here. Let's go.
Falcon? Falcon, stop. What the hell are you doing? Where are you going?
Look around you, sparrowson. Fat cat bourgeois are getting away with murder. Wolves have infested the courts and churches. Séverin Kukuriku, perhaps the most righteous person in all of France, is lying dead at the hands of an unruly mob, and we didn't do shit to help. Justice is dead, sparrowson.
It doesn't have to be like that. You could have done something to save Séverin.
Séverin.
You want to be a heroic lawyer so badly. Fine, go be a hero. You don't need my help. The key to the aviary attorney office. Take it.
What? What are you? No, stop the melodrama, Falcon. If we hurry, we'll be able to tell Inspector Volerti what we saw, and he'll be able to arrest the rebels before they escape.
So do it. You don't need me to hold your hand. And when you see the inspector, make sure to tell him this. The Viridian killer has returned.
The more bad ends done, the easier it will be to end well, I think.
The Viridian killer? I don't understand. Falcon? Where are you going? Falcon? My. To think that Papa would buy this place just for little old me. I must throw a party to celebrate. Let's see. I'll need some lights, some decorations, and some world-class cuisine. Bloody rare steak, perhaps. But what to do about music? Oh, I should ask my papa if he knows any pop stars. Someone like Monsieur Litz.
You disgust me.
Who said that?
It was you, Dame Catterline. It was you who showed me the ugly face of injustice. It was you who taught me that our court system is corrupt to the core. It was you who made me realize that if a man desires justice, he must bring it about with his own two hands.
What's with that mask? Monsieur Falcon, is that you?
Falcon is dead.
Okay.
He perished in the graves that lie under our very feet. You can call me the Viridian Killer.
The Viridian.
Girl's fucking dead. She just died. Act 4A, Liberté.
What am I supposed to do now? Falcon?
Is this what we would have gotten with the underground courts thing? Well, she was a murderer, so that's why I guess we did that.
Oh, it's you, Inspector.
Monsieur Sparrowson, I must congratulate you. Thanks to your quick actions on Wednesday, we were able to apprehend the rebel leader while she still lurked under her den.
Wow. Okay, are we Sparrowson now?
I was just doing my duty, Inspector.
Don't be so modest. Lesser men wouldn't have delved into the catacombs so brazenly. You're a hero.
But Kukuriku died, and I can't help but feel that I could have done something to save him.
Kukuriku died a righteous and honorable man. His sacrifice wasn't for nothing.
Still,
Sparrowson, if you're looking to redeem Kukuriku's death in a fitting manner, then I have the perfect gift for you. Here, take it.
what's this? It looks like a license to practice law. Does this mean...
Correct. In light of the extreme circumstances, the king has granted you the power of an interim prosecutor.
Okay.
Wow, I'm an officially qualified lawyer, and a prosecutor no less, which wasn't what I was doing before.
This is just temporary, you understand. But if you prove yourself, who knows? Maybe I can pull some strings to make it permanent.
Edgeworth showing up in Simon's jail cell like, yo, dude, wanna prosecute?
This is amazing, but why have you given me this?
I'm glad you ask. We need a prosecutor to lead the case against Leone...
Is Leone? Leone, probably.
Leone Beaumont, the ringleader of the rebel group.
Oh, I clicked out.
Beaumont? That scary-looking lioness?
Correct.
I would be honored to take the job, but why aren't you asking one of the other prosecutors? Like, I don't know, Rupert Rabington?
Rabington? Ha! I wouldn't touch that clutch to make my tea, let alone handle a case as important as this. Sparrowson, you clearly have nerves and brain. I'm confident that you're ready to take this on.
As your first case.
Okay, I'll do it. I ate a chocolate wrapper and almost died. So, what do I do?
Well, your job as prosecutor is to interview Beaumont. We've already beat all the information we can get out of her, but you must read Beaumont's charges, see if you can uncover any new facts.
Right, got it. And what charges would those be?
There are 3. First, the murder of Savron Kukuriku.
Of course.
Second, conspiring to incite a rebellion.
Makes sense.
Third, the murder of Dame Cataline de Meow.
Right. Wait, what?
No, you didn't hear the news. On Friday evening, there was an enormous explosion at Chateau Crinier. Only one person was inside at the time, Dame Cataline de Meow, and she was killed instantly.
What was she doing there? I thought Baron Raguel owned the household.
In light of the Baron's death, his properties were auctioned off. The de Meows were the one to purchase the chateau. We suspect that Dame Cataline was touring the hall for the first time when she met her fate.
This is surreal. But wait, you arrested Leone Beaumont. Oh no. Beaumont straight after I met you, right? And that was on Wednesday afternoon. How could she possibly be guilty of committing a crime on Friday evening if she was in custody at that time?
Simple. She has a large gang. She didn't plant the explosives herself, but we can be sure she gave the order.
I don't understand the motive. Did Leone Beaumont hate Dame Cataline?
Come on, Sparrowson. You have been granted prosecutor powers. You must start thinking like a prosecutor.
Right. Okay. Beaumont ordered to have Dame Cataline killed because it was an attack on the bourgeois? A rebel like Beaumont would no doubt have a deep hatred of the higher classes of society.
Even in jail, she wants them dead. I think that this is speculation.
That's a good theory. You seem to have a solid grasp of the rebel mindset, at least. Anyway, you may also want to see the crime scene for yourself.
Chateau Crenier?
Yes, it's just a giant mound of rubble now, but as a prosecutor, you ought to see it with your own eyes.
Right. Got it.
The trial is in 3 days' time. Pomar's fate is all but guaranteed, so just turn up at the courthouse and you'll be fine. Now, if you excuse me.
Wait a moment. Inspector, about Falcon?
You told me and he turned cowardly and fled. What of it?
Never mind.
I'm sorry your friend ran away, Sparrowson, but try to focus on the case. That's what matters.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be the best prosecutor Paris has ever seen. I dropped out of law school.
Buddy.
Go to the consigne. I don't know how to say it. Fuck! Well, actually, we can just... I think we can do this. I think we'll be fine.
So this is the Chateau Crenier. Wow, it's completely destroyed. I think this is where the foyer was. So the main hall must be that big pile of charred rubble over there. Must have been one heck of an explosion. How many gunpowder kegs were used?
A lawyer.
Robinio? Don't sneak up on me like that. Wait, shouldn't you be doing community service at the Louvre?
Nope, I've done my time. Now I'm free to follow my passion.
Your passion of scaring people?
No, bird brain, my passion of wartime photography. See, when I heard that the massive explosion last week, I knew I could get some juicy action shots. I was one of the first on the scene.
Juicy action shots?
Haven't you heard? Photographs of violence, death, and mayhem all make for great photograph opportunities.
Classy.
Don't judge me. People will pay big money for this stuff. Art galleries, newspapers, lawyers. Speaking of which, where's that partner of yours? The big guy.
We don't work together anymore?
Really? That's unfortunate. I managed to get this great photograph of the event, and I figured if he was attached to the case, he might be interested in it.
Hey, I'm working on this case. Show it to me.
You are? Really? Alright then.
This is your great photograph? It's blurry. I can't make anything out.
Well, yeah, I need at least 30 seconds of exposure for a good picture. It's not my fault stupid people move around and ruin it.
If I stare at this for too long, it feels like it's spreading and it's freaking me out.
What good is a blurry picture to me?
I can touch it up if you want, draw over the blur, add some details.
No doctoring. Bad Robinio.
Geez, you lawyers are a confusing bunch. Look, this is the only photograph of the event. Do you want it or not?
Fine. I'll take it off your hands.
Whoa, I didn't say you could have it for free. 20 francs.
20 francs for that garbage?
20 francs for this work of art that I could sell to a collector for 10,000 francs. You're blinding me. You're robbing me blind at 20.
10.
Nuh-uh. No bartering. 20 or no photograph for you.
All right. Here's your money, you thief.
And here's your photograph. It's a pleasure doing business with you, buddy. I don't actually think you super need to.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a crime scene to examine. Yes. That is indeed a big pile of rubble. Does Inspector Volerty really expect me to trawl through this wreckage for clues? I'll be here all day and night.
If you're looking for gold and valuables, forget it. Looters picked the place clean within hours after the explosion.
I'm not here for gold. I'm looking for clues.
Sure you are. Well, either way, there's nothing left of value here. Can I make a suggestion from one buddy to another? Try the garden.
The garden?
The explosion disintegrated the whole front of the house, but the back was pretty much untouched. So if there are any clues left, I'd wager that'd be the place to look.
Oh, thanks, Robinio. That's a big help.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, I was hoping for a tip or something.
Robinio was right. This place is practically untouched. It's almost identical to when I was here last. Well, I guess it's time to go clue hunting. This fountain is still running. I wonder who pays for the maintenance costs. Can't quite see inside the top basin from here, but I can imagine there would be another mystery cigar. Couldn't hurt to look, I suppose, but I refuse to get my feet wet. There's something dangling out at the top. If I stand on my tiptoes, I can just about reach it without falling in. I did it!
It's a scrap of paper. Looks like it's been torn off something. See some writing? It's a little smudged from the water, but I can still read it. Let's see. Sparrowson. Believe in yourself. No way! This message is for me? Did Falcon write this? Did he leave this message here because he knew I would check the fountain? But that means... Did Falcon play a part in the explosion at Chateau Crinier? Oh man, so many questions. I should definitely stash this away. It might be a key piece of evidence in the trial.
Is there something else here that I need? Examine fountain, leave, don't tip. Okay.
I'm done here. Bye fountain, bye garden, bye horses, and bye cheap creepy cherubs. I changed the words.
You're back. Find anything interesting?
Nope, your lead was useless, buddy.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, I best be getting on my way. Good day. Yes?
Do I receive a tip for generously letting you in on such valuable lead?
Sure. Here's a tip. You can quickly remove the skin from potatoes by boiling them for a few minutes and then dunking them in cold water.
That's actually a great tip.
Okay. Go to... Yes.
Hello there. I meant to come yesterday, but I clicked the wrong button.
Another police officer. You look a little short for an interrogation specialist.
Oh, no. I'm not an officer. My name's Sparrowson. I'm a prosecutor, see? Totally different.
What does that slip say? Interim prosecutor? I knew I wouldn't be getting out of here alive, but they didn't have to insult me by putting some junior lawyer on my case.
Hey, I'm no junior. I'm the real deal. I dropped out of law school and everything.
Nice try. I saw the issue date on that slip. You're as fresh-faced as they come.
Yeah, well, fresh-faced or not, I'm the one that's in charge of prosecuting you. So first things first, you're Leonie Beaumont, are you not? I didn't say the accent.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, great. I'm in the right jail cell. That's a good start. Now, mademoiselle, I have to read your...
Don't call me mademoiselle. Do I look like a child to you?
Well, children don't normally read rebellions, I guess. Whoever wrote this line clearly never worked with kids.
Like, clearly never worked with kids.
Anyway, madam, I have to read your charges. Let's see, where to start. You're being charged with the murder of Savron Kukuriku, and I know you're guilty of that because I saw it with my own eyes.
Really? You saw that bird's death?
Yep, I was lingering in the shadows. Heard your speech, saw you put the pistol to his head and pull the trigger. Watched your expression. You didn't show a hint of remorse.
You really were there. I had no idea we were being watched. I gave you too little credit. I thought you were a law school dork, but now I find out you're some kind of spy.
Yeah, I dropped out of law school. I am like a spy, aren't I? The name's Sparrowson. Sparrowson. Licensed to practice law for the immediate future.
My mistake. You're still a dork.
Oh. Well, at least I'm not a murderer.
This schoolyard banter is idiotic. Read me my next charge.
You're being charged with conspiring to incite a rebellion.
I suppose I would be a fool to deny that. But you know, I never wanted violence. I thought maybe if I could do things right, this could be a peaceful revolution.
I would find that easier to believe, madam, if hundreds of weapons weren't found in your catacombs hideout.
Blame the wolfing crocodile who pushed me into buying them.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Not really. I take full responsibility for my own actions. Read me the next charge. Ma'am, you are better at taking responsibility than like 90% of people.
You're being charged with the murder of Dame Caterline de Meow.
Who?
She's a bourgeois kitten. Small, sickly sweet, flutters her eyelashes, but pulls out your heart when you least expect it.
I have no idea who this person is.
Well, there was an explosion at Chateau Crinier Friday evening, and Inspector Volerti is confident that you were behind it.
Last Friday? When I was sitting in this jail cell?
Yup, that Friday.
I have no idea why the police feel like tacking some random, unrelated charge onto my list of crimes. But it makes no difference. Even without that charge, I'm guaranteed to face the guillotine blade, right?
Right. Or noose if the judge is sick of guillotines that day.
Alicia was like, I wanted it to be peaceful, but I'm not stupid, so we were prepared instead of Dirk. If anyone dies, our revolution was for nothing. We can't talk about it! We can't talk about it! God, A6. A6 is like... I mean, you know what it's like. It's like... I don't... It's just such a weird rebellion plot. Like, I've read quite a few. I read a lot of YA with rebellions and revolutions. And there's something about the one in A6 where, like, every single part of it just has me tired and tired and tired and tired.
But madam, I want to do my job right. And part of that involves prosecuting you for crimes you didn't commit. If there's any way you can prove... I might have read that wrong. If there's any way you can prove that you weren't involved in the explosion at Chateau Crenier, please tell me now.
No, let them charge me. Maybe I'll be taking the fall for some poor sod who doesn't deserve to be punished.
That's not how justice works, ma'am.
If you have to come up with dumb rules to keep your plot within your actual gameplay of legal courtroom battles, maybe your story is too big for its britches. I think that there's definitely something interesting there with, like, looking at a revolution specifically through the eyes of, like, legal trials. Just the way AA6 did it is, like, so completely uninteresting to me. And I think it would have been a lot more interesting had I felt that it was, like, a little bit more personal to the characters, because, like, obviously it's personal for some of them, but it's, like, not really personal to our player characters. So instead of it feeling like, if you think of AA1, there is stuff there about, like, corruption in the legal system, right? With Von Karma, with Gant, with Lana, with Edgeworth. But because it's specifically about, like, these characters and not, like, a greater... We're not, like, saying, like, oh, we're taking the system to court. We're taking this, like, one person. Which, of course, those are different types of storytelling. A6 is more interested in changing an entire system, even as it does deal with individual people. But because, like, I think because the player character is never really, like, Apollo is invested, but, like, not much, you know? You know, like, not much. He's invested, but, like, not entirely, and he's not always in Karine. So it's just, like, it's kind of weird, and it feels disconnected. And, like, it'd be one thing if Apollo had, like, recently moved to the States. If Apollo had recently moved to Japanifornia, like, just for college or something, but he is so disconnected from Karine and what's happening in Karine and this whole movement, and he didn't even like, he kind of didn't make the active choice to go back. Like, he did, but in a sense, I mean, he wasn't looking to go back. Phoenix went back because Phoenix went because Maya was there for a completely unrelated reason to Apollo. So it's not like Apollo's been thinking this and one of his goals was, I'm going to go back home to change the system. Which would be something. He, like, it's so weird. And part of that is because this wasn't planned out from AA4, and so it's a little hard to backfill that in. But, like, I don't know. I feel like even if we are pretending that, even if we're acting under, well, we have to build this all into one game, it can't be spread out over 3, I still feel like there was much better ways to make this story work better in AA6 itself, and they just, like, failed to do that. They failed to make it interesting. They were balancing 3 player characters, which didn't work in AA5 or
6. They really need to cut back to 2 max. And I think 2, really it's best with just 1, but we have to have 2. It should just be 2. You know, like there's so much there that just like wasn't working to also contribute to like a large revolution thing. And the fact that it doesn't tie into like him, why he became a lawyer and everything, it's just like, it feels too disconnected. It just doesn't feel connected enough. And I would, there's, I don't think about as much how to fix AA6 because I don't care. I find AA5 for me personally to be more interesting to try to figure out how to sandbox because I care about more of the characters. I don't care that much about Nayuta, which is really the big issue there. But like dealing with the world building of Karain and the entire, it's like so much to have to fix myself. So I just choose not to because like I don't feel like it adds enough for me 95% of the time to spend a lot of time like really thinking about how I would make this better because I actually don't know if introducing a whole new country with a whole new legal system and its whole issues really benefited the story at all. So anyway, I don't know why I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna continue playing this route so we can go to bed. You know nothing of justice. You haven't played A4. No. You're so fine. I always go off on tangents. You're so fine. I just don't know what I'm talking about, and that's the issue. Go on. What's my next charge?
Actually, it looks like that's everything. Well, madam, I'll see you in court shortly. I'll try to get to the bottom of the Chateau Crinier business. But in any case, I'd advise you to make peace with this world.
Wait. It was sparrowson, wasn't it? Let me ask you something before you go. Do you resent me for killing your friend? Does it matter? Hold on, I want to see if it matters. I don't think it does, but... No, it doesn't matter.
I never really knew Sevran Kukuriku, but in our brief encounters, he always struck me as a little too self-righteous. I didn't wish death upon him, but maybe a man with such unwavering sense of virtue was doomed to die. Do I resent you? I don't know. I have no idea what to think.
I haven't looked at the last route so far, so I actually don't know if Sevran survives at all, which, if he doesn't, is gonna be fucking devastating. Don't tell me. We'll deal with that next week.
This all seems like a bad joke with no punchline.
They've made the Sigutars like a rich corporate business family in Tokyo that run from there. Otherwise, I just ignore A6. I usually tend to ignore it, except for this one Apollo fic I'm writing that's post AA6 where he's like extremely burnt out. Because I think it's really interesting to... Here's the thing, I'm not interested in working with AA6, but I am interested in like the effect that kind of intense workload for a guy who actually really does... He has like 3 years of experience in like the law. Like that kind of intense pressure where the reason he stays in Karain is like, well, Nayuta asked and brought up Dirk. So like, it's very interesting to me from like Apollo's perspective, but I'm not actually interested in trying to figure out how to fix Karain itself, especially because a lot of that, there's like a lot of issues with it that I don't feel qualified to really like actually explore and try to make better, because it's like they fucked up so bad. They fucked up really bad with that.
So, Sparrowson, how confident do you feel about this trial?
Apollo's fucked, yeah. If I ever finish that fic, I will, eventually. I think I get him to stay in Karain for 6 months, but he's the end of the first month, he's already doing really bad. It fucks him up real bad. Just like JJ.
Not bad, huh? Don't you fret. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed. I should get an assistant. Huh, the doors are opening.
Is she defending herself? All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is the prosecution here?
Sparrowson present. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Excellent. Are the jury all present? All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
And it's to my understanding that the defense is representing themselves today, correct?
That's your cue, madam.
You can see I'm here. Just skip this pantomime nonsense and convict me already. Now, we have procedure to follow, madam. Let's do this right. Fine. Yes, Leonie Beaumore, I'm here. They actually could have used, I know this was a very small team, this is an indie project. They could have used another, I think there was maybe only 1 or 2 writers. They could have used another, run through, especially for accents specifically. Accents in this game tend to disappear, and as someone with an accent in my name, it actually does change how it's technically pronounced. She lost her accent in jail, especially in French, so I would have appreciated if someone, I think they could have done another edit runs for the accents to make sure the names were the same. Very good. Now, defendant, you're being accused of 3 crimes. First, you're charged with the murder of Sevron Kukuriku, with a well-respected and benevolent prosecutor who worked for this very court. A benevolent prosecutor? What a joke of a phrase. Silence, if you please. Second, you are charged with conspiring to incite a rebellion. And we shall have our rebellion. I said silence. Order. Order. Your third charge is for the murder of Dame Caterline de Meow. Sure, why not?
Your Honor, I have no doubt that the defendant is guilty of her first and second charges. In fact, I myself bore witness to the murder of Sevron Kukuriku. I could even just deliver a testimony of the events.
That won't be necessary, I confess. Silence from the defense, please. Continue, prosecutor.
As I was saying, those 2 charges aren't to be contended. In my mind, they're clear as day. But I would like to address the third charge in this trial session. The bombing of Chateau Crinier, the murder of Dame Caterline.
I plead guilty. Not just to the murder of Dame whoever, but to all 3 charges.
Plead whatever you like, madam. I don't believe you played any part in the attack. You were in jail at the time of the incident. You couldn't have possibly had the means to even issue an order to a lackey. To help me uncover the truth, I called the investigative officer, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand. I'm the prosecution.
Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. Just what are you playing at, Monsieur Sparrowson?
What am I playing at?
This was intended to be a straightforward trial. Why are you dragging this out with needless pedantry?
Oh, wait, fuck. Hold on. Never mind, we might be fine. Sorry, I was looking at a walkthrough and I was like, wait, weren't we supposed to talk to someone? I think we might be okay.
I am securing justice.
Is that what you call this nonsense? Justice? Fine, but you're wasting everyone's time if you ask me. Whatever, let's get this over with. I, Inspector Justy Volerty, I don't know how to say your name, swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Excellent. On to the questioning. Now, Inspector, why do you believe that Madame Beaumont is behind the bombing of Chateau Crinier?
Is it not obvious? Because she has a crystal clear motive. The Madame wants a rebellion. By killing a prominent bourgeois figure in a dramatic manner, she stirs up tension between the classes.
Justy. Got it.
A motive? That's all you're going by?
Obviously not. I have evidence too.
You have evidence that Madame Beaumont was behind the bombing? Real evidence? You didn't tell me about this before the trial? I'm embarrassing myself.
I didn't think it necessary to tell you. How was I How was I to know you would drag this out? Enough bickering, you two. Inspector, present your evidence. Very well, Your Honor.
How that was not the judge's voice.
This is a poster that was found at the crime scene.
I'm really failing. I'm doing a bad fucking job. I'm sorry, I'm tired. You will all burn for your sins.
It was crudely fastened to a pillar around 50 meters from where the explosion occurred. You will all burn for your sins. The message is no doubt intended as a declaration of violence, a warning of what's to come. As you can see, the poster was damaged in the explosion and the ensuing fire. These signatures at the bottom are unreadable. Despite this, it is evident that the two names fit the space perfectly. Those names are
you fucking kidding me?
Fontaine and Piero.
What kind of bullshit? No! 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 No!
Fontaine and Piero? The two bar dwellers?
This can't hold up in court.
I mean, I knew they were rebels because I saw them in the catacombs with my own eyes, but you really think they did this?
Of course.
No other names fit the gap, and it's far too much of a coincidence for it to be anyone else? I'm pretty sure this says Viridian Killer. They were just like, well, I think this one fits. What the fuck are you talking about? This isn't an O. This is clearly not an O. This bullshit.
It's true. I can't think of any other names that cleanly fill the gaps.
The inspector's evidence appears to be pretty convincing, prosecutor. Are you done with your direct examination?
No, Your Honor, I'm not. There's no way that poster was written by Fontaine and Piero, and I intend to prove it.
You're welcome to try, but make it snappy, Monsieur Sparrowson.
The fuck? Sorry, I'm just using the walkthrough for this because it's late and I'd like to go to bed tonight.
Inspector, you say that Fontaine and Piero made this poster. There were other possibilities. Maybe Piero and Fontaine had no part in this attack.
They're fugitive rebels associated with Madame Beaumont, and their names fit the burned signature because I said they do.
But it's within the realm of possibility that another person was involved, right?
Do you have someone in mind, prosecutor?
Or are you just picking out a theory? I do have someone in mind. Actually, I have even more than that. I have evidence that another person was involved in the Chateau Crinier attack.
It says present the fountain pen, but I straight up don't have it. Oh, okay.
Inspector Volerty, this photograph was taken immediately after the explosion occurred.
Is this supposed to be a photograph? It's terrible. I can't make out any details.
Those details don't matter, Inspector. What's important is that we can see one shadowy figure running away from the scene. Note the silhouette.
I see the figure. Why is that important?
Piero is a smallish parrot with a tallish hat, and Fontaine is a reasonably tall and skinny beagle. Neither of those two people match the silhouette of the person in the photograph. The person pictured is big and a little wide.
That's all you're going by. The shape of a blurry silhouette. That's some lousy evidence. Tell me, Monsieur Sparrowson, if this person in the photograph is neither Piero nor Fontaine, then who is it?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's accuse. Who should we accuse? There are people we haven't met? How? Guess they're in the last one, huh? It doesn't matter.
I don't want to throw on anyone under the horse carriage, especially this person. But well, in my opinion, the only person who fits is... What the fuck? Mon Dieu, what was that? An explosion. It sounded like it came from outside.
No doubt about it. Beaumont, did you arrange this?
What? Me? No, I have no idea what's going on. I'm literally just standing here.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, in a manner of speaking, how to put this?
For pity's sake, spit it out, monsieur.
Fire! There's a big fire.
Here? In the Palais de Justice?
Not just the parade, just the whole island is ablaze. It's crazy. We've got to
Get out of here, right? What do you mean island? Is Paris on an island? What island? Okay, you heard the rabbit. Everybody clear out. The court is adjourned. Do they mean like this block?
I'm not through with you, Bowmore. Spit it out. Are you behind this fire?
I told you, I have no idea what's going on. Now can you please undo my shackles so I can avoid burning to death? Oh, there might be an island in that baby.
We need to go, Inspector.
Don't lie to me, Lioness. Is this your plan? Is this one of your lackeys trying to break you out? Is this the start of the rebellion proper?
You're acting ridiculous. I'm telling you that explosion had nothing to do with me.
You're telling the truth, aren't you? You honestly played no part in the Chateau Crinier incident, and you honestly know nothing about this fire.
Seriously, we've got to go, Inspector.
Right, let's go.
Wait, Sparrowson. Undo my shackles, please. You aren't going to seriously let me die here, are you? You can do whatever you want.
Of course not. Sit tight. I think they keep a spare I think they keep a spare set of jail keys around the judge's podium somewhere. Hello? Hello?
They really make you wait.
I swear it's somewhere around here.
Sparrowson, for what it's worth. I'm sorry for killing the prosecutor. Kukuriku. I would be lying if I said killing the bird didn't bring me relief. It did. It took a weight off my heart that had been there for years. But I'm starting to think that what I did was... well, it wasn't justice. I don't think it was, at least.
I found the keys! Take it. Undo your chains and you're free to go.
You're letting me walk.
Yep.
You know that I'm going to take this opportunity to flee the country, right?
Sounds good. Try Britain. Or maybe America? I hear America's nice.
Why are you doing this? I thought prosecutors were all about punishing the guilty.
I don't know much about being a prosecutor, madam. I've only had this job for 4 days after all. But I do know that Kukuriku wouldn't call a person burning to death justice, even if that person were guilty. I'm just following his example.
You're following Kukuriku's example. Was the Kukuriku I saw as a child different to the Kukuriku I killed?
I don't know. I hear people can change. But we don't really have time for this discussion, madam. Because, you know, fiery imminent death and stuff.
Right. Lead the way.
Actually, I'm meeting the inspector out front. So you might want to take take a back exit. The inspector would see us both hanged if he knew what I just did.
I understand. Then we probably won't meet again, so I suppose this is goodbye.
Indeed. Good luck, Madam Bowmore.
And to you, Sparrowson. You're a first-rate lawyer, even though we only did this for like 10 minutes.
I'm first-rate?
Good. You made it out safely. Any problems?
Nope, no problems at all.
Excellent. It looks like the rabbit was right. Buildings are on fire on the riverside, from riverside to riverside. We need to get off the island right away.
Hold on, Inspector. There's something important I need to tell you.
Save it. Our safety takes priority. The fastest way out of here would be via Rue d'Arcole by Notre Dame. Let's not dawdle, Monsieur Sparrowson.
I'm getting real tongue-tied. On the streets of the Ile de la Cité, panicked people of all ages and classes scurry away from the engulfing fire. Smoke billows out of the burning buildings, enveloping the sky in a dark cloud.
This place is in utter chaos.
Inspector, slow down. I really need to tell you this.
I can wait.
It really can't. Listen, back in the catacombs, Falcon told me something. I thought he was just saying stupid things because he was angry and stressed. But then with the Chateau Crinier incident and now this, well, I think he might have been telling the truth and...
Cut the preamble and spit it out.
Falcon told me he was the Viridian killer. Inspector? Are you okay?
I knew it.
Run along, sparrowson. Get off the island safety.
Safely. Safety? You aren't coming too?
No, I think I'm going to arrest the Viridian killer. I've hunted him for 18 years, and now I finally have my opportunity.
You're going to arrest Falcon? But you don't know where he is.
I do know where he is. The arrogant Phil de Poot is watching us right now.
He is? I don't see him.
Like I said, this is my arrest to make, Sparrowson. Run along.
Inspector? Well, okay. What do I do now?
He's up there.
Oh, wow. Such a beautiful view. A perfect place to watch a city burn. Inspector, it's about time. Come on, step out of the shadows. You. I knew it. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. I knew it! You were the one responsible for the bombings of the July Revolution. You are the one responsible for the bombings of today. You are the Viridian killer. I am. Ha! Such a brazen confession. You knew before Sparrowson told you, didn't you? How long have you known? I've always had my suspicions of Falcon, acting as a defense lawyer. Laughable. It's in your nature to be a bird of prey. But it wasn't until Kukuriku and I carried out our investigation that my suspicions turned to evidence-based reasoning. You changed your name between 1829 and 1832. Why? Because you wanted to distance yourself from your old identity, that of the Viridian killer. I knew you had the murderous spirit in you. I knew that under the right pressure I could draw that spirit out.
I think it's so funny that they apparently have bird legs. They look like bird legs, but they do have human hands.
So I created a perfect scenario. You're a fool, Inspector, but I can't fault your intuition. I suppose you wish to arrest me. Of course I will arrest you. I will have you tried, and I will have you executed in the name of justice. Justice. You talk as if I'm the only one who stands here a sinner. You, Inspector, are just as guilty as I am. Ha! I'm an upstanding citizen. You were the one responsible for Sevran Kokuriku's death. You were the one who ordered for him to undertake a mission that he had no chance of completing. You knew from the moment you sent him off to confront the rebels that he would be killed like a street dog. And for what? To anger me? To make me lash out? Well, congratulations, you succeeded. Here I stand, as the Viridian killer. Kukuriku is dead, and Paris is ablaze.
He really said, "You killed my friend," and that was kind of it. That was it. I was like, okay, fine, murder.
Dozens have died so that you can fulfill your lust for punishing criminals. I have broken no law. I've done no wrong. You think law defies right and wrong. That's a disgusting level of naivete. Regardless of what's written in the law books, we are both sinners, and always kind, Inspector. We both deserve justice. So let us be judged by the way of the ancient regime. Let us settle this through the oldest form of trial known to man. The oldest form of trial. You wish to duel. Indeed. I'm sure you brought a pistol. I brought one of my own. This is a farce. I'm not going to duel you. I'm not going to give you a choice. On the count of 5, I'm going to turn and shoot. You can participate, or you can be killed. You really are the monster I expected you to be, Viridian killer. Count 1.
You can either shoot while Falcon's back is turned or wait to 5. Whoever gets shot first gets a shot off at the other, and both... Oh, okay. Maybe it's more Falcon Edgeworth and he lost Chicken Phoenix, which one seems more like he'd snap. You know, very DGS of them. I was thinking the same. There were some times earlier. There's been maybe it's I think possibly the characterization of Falcon, but he has seemed slightly a little bit more Edgeworth vibes, except for, you know, the whole murdering dozens of people part. 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the final count, Inspector. Why haven't you turned to shoot me?
Because I didn't know how many we were doing.
I see. I misjudged you. I thought you hated criminals through and through, but here you are, showing mercy to your worst enemy. You are a lawful man, a virtuous man, but you still await judgment for the death of Sevran Kukuriku. If you thought you could escape punishment just because you are willing to show me mercy, well, die. You were very much mistaken. You dishonorable Connard, shooting a man in the back. I never claimed to be honorable, nor did I.
He died. He's dead. I think he just fell off the building. Oh my god!
Well, so this is how it ends for us. 2 old birds going up in flame. I can hear people chanting. Liberty, equality, fraternity.
Hand it on level the hand.
The rebellion has really begun. No, this isn't right. I can't leave things like this. Inspector, I have a confession. I'm not the Viridian killer. Yes, I bombed Chateau Crinier. I had to get revenge on an enemy of mine. And yes, I set the city island on fire to spite you.
Fuck you. And all the people who live here.
But the real Viridian killer, the one who maimed you in the July Revolution 18 years ago, that wasn't me. I have no idea who that person is. Did you hear me, Inspector? Oh. You're already gone. Maybe it's for the best you didn't hear. Truth is overrated, anyway. This is it. This is my time to go.
Not on my watch. Come on your feet.
Sparrowson.
Time skip.
How is he, Doctor?
Physically, Falcon's injuries are pretty minor. Just some minor burns and a superficial gunshot wound. But mentally, I think he will need a little time.
I see.
Don't fret, this hospital has the best mental health care in all of Europe in 1848. We'll do everything we can to put him right.
Thank you, Doctor. Can I speak to him?
Sure, that's no problem at all. Actually, you should take him for a walk by the river. Maybe that'll do him some good.
Hi, Sparrowson.
Hi, Falcon. Feeling okay?
Yeah. Don't worry, I haven't gone loopy.
That's a relief. Come on, let's take a walk.
So, it looks like the rebel uprising was successful. The Prime Minister fled, the King was booted out of the country. France has a new and scary future ahead of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Here, Judge Maxime granted you a full legal license.
Yeah, I'm a real attorney now. Kinda fucked up.
Congratulations are in order, you must be proud.
I am.
Have you decided what kind of law you're going to specialize in?
Can we go contract law? Contract law is kind of funny. Contract law is kind of a funny answer, isn't it? Contract law is kind of a funny answer, isn't it? I was trying to see if it tells you anything, but will you guys be annoyed if I say contract law? What if I just say contract law? Too late.
I'm going into contract law.
Contract law?
I'm kidding. It hasn't come to that. I just haven't decided on a specialized field yet.
Oh, boo!
I see.
I think we've made enough small talk, Falcon. There's something serious we need to discuss. The bombings? Only Inspector Valerti and I know that you were behind the attacks on Chateau Crinier and the courthouse. Only he and I knew that you were the Korean Only he and I knew that you were the oh my god, the Viridian killer. So with him gone, it's just me.
I see. Do you plan on turning me in?
Does it matter? I don't think it does. You can choose to turn him in for his crimes, which Falcon accepts without question. Or you can not do it and it'll be different. That's the thing. Because they're video games, you know, well, they have shifted from, like, the first case. They've moved a little bit more towards sometimes you defend people who are guilty. I wish they would, like, I kind of wish, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to word this. I think about it a lot all the time. But these games are kind of like, when your client is actually guilty, it tends to reflect badly on you, the defense attorney. And I understand where that comes from in terms of what people think in real life. But it has nothing to do with, like, Phoenix or Apollo or Ryu or Athena. Like, it's not our job. It shouldn't be our job. It is technically in the game, but it's not our job to, like, know that our client is not guilty, and that's why we choose them. You know, like, everyone in the United States, I don't know anything about Japanese law. In the United States, you have the right to a fair trial and a right to a lawyer to defense. And so that means that even people who are guilty get that. And if it helps some people to think about it, it's not protecting someone who did something really bad. It's so that the trial actually goes fairly and accurately and we find out as much truth as we can. So sometimes I get annoyed with these games when it's like, how could you defend this guilty person? There's a moment in DGS where they're like, what is wrong with you? You know? And like that kind of bothers me because it's like, but somebody has to defend the guilty people too. Like, we're doing the best with the information we have. It's not like we're lying. We're just, like, doing our job, you know? Like, somebody has to do it. Anyway, I think about it a lot. I don't have, like, a lot of words to, like, voice it because I don't know a lot about actual law, but it's just something I think about all the time. And Ace Attorney has gotten to a point where they at least start to acknowledge that, like, not everyone is always going to be innocent. But it's still something I think about, like, all the time. Do you plan on turning me in? This is just a more interesting conversation to me to have, to say we're not going to turn it in than for him to just accept it. No.
Why not?
It's difficult to say. I'm still trying to get a handle on this justice malarkey. Right now, I don't know what's right or wrong. Although you did kill dozens of people, so I don't know. Are you a murderer? Should he be in prison? I don't know. This whole thing is a mess.
Well, wait. He definitely killed people. Sparrowson, here's the thing. He did definitely kill people. He definitely killed people.
I find myself asking, what would Kukuriku do?
Probably give a stupid Voltaire quip.
I guess. I don't read Voltaire.
Listen, Sparrowson, I want to thank you for not turning me in, but I think I'm going to stay at the hospital for a little while, or maybe a long while. You can call it penance if you want.
I understand. You know, you could just go. Make a run for it. I won't be able to catch you. I bet you could even make it all the way to Calais.
Yeah, I probably could, but I won't.
You don't want to be free?
Of course. I want to fly away more than anything. But some birds need to be kept caged.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna get another line there. I really thought there was gonna be another line or two there. You only get two. We only get two there.
Woof. Well,
So that's two endings. Next week. So next week, what we can do is we can really quick go through Act 2. So we actually arrest the judge. Hold on, I'm reading the walkthrough. So next week we will redo Act 2 really quick. We'll be able to skip a ton of it, but we just need to get the right stuff to arrest Judge Romulus, and I kind of just want to see if any of the last section changes. We won't go through all of them again to see if like a lot of stuff changes, but yeah. And again, I haven't looked at the other one. I won't look at it next week, so I have no idea if Chicken Miles Edgeworth lives. So, ooh. So let me just check what next week is fine. So next week we're going to finish this. And then the week after that, we are actually going to go back to Nope. The week after that, we're going to do probably just Stardew, either Stardew or a writing stream on Monday, because on the 7th, a new Nancy Drew game comes out. On the 7th of May, a new Nancy Drew game comes out, and it's literally the day after I stream. So after we finish this game, there'll just be like a brief pause and to do whatever, because I want to play the next Nancy Drew game as soon as we can. And Thursdays and Fridays are currently booked. So on Thursday, I'm putting more Zero Escape Virtues Less Reward. I'm tentatively excited, and I'm not sure why, because the first stream was rough. A lot of exposition. And then on Friday, I actually don't know if Ronnie is done with their final film yet. So either AA4, Stardew, or writing as per usual. No work stream tomorrow, possibly on Wednesday. It'll depend on what I get done. And then I'll be back here on Monday to finally wrap up this game. Cool. Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry we killed Bird Edgeworth again. It's unfortunate. If we get out of here without him living, that'll be upsetting. But we all might have to get used to the idea that Edgeworth might not get out of this one alive, folks. So I'll see you all next week. Have a good week. Have a good day. Have a good night. Drink some water. And I'll talk to you all later. And also, happy midnight, East Coast. Goodbye.